Recently, I organized a trip for Sydney Jeep Club as a trip leader. This was my first trip with Sydney Jeep Club as a trip leader. So I organized a trip to Stockton Beach, and being the first one, I wanted that to be memorable for myself and everyone. So I created a theme, and the theme is recoveries. So the whole idea was for all the members who were participating to learn about the various recovery equipment that's available in the market and how to use them. So we did simulate a lot of recovery situations, uh, got almost everyone bogged. We forced everyone to drive in two-wheel drive and get ourselves bogged or run in four high and rev up so they can actually dig themselves in, and then started the whole recovery process. Uh, Again, you'll see through the videos as to the different methods that we've used and the most efficient ones. The first recovery method that you should try on a beach when you get bogged is use a shovel. recently did a trip to Stockton Beach with Sydney Jeep Club. That was the first time I ever used these mini recovery boats. And wow, man, I was amazed on how helpful and how useful they were. In fact, I could immediately think of three different reasons why I would pick the mini ones over the regular traditional ones. One, the size. They're compact, very light, and I can fit them in the boot of my Jeep. Two, they come with a bag, so I don't really have to worry about getting them dusty, muddy, or uh, uh, getting them dirty. Three, I don't really have to dig as deep as I would have with for the max tracks or the big size recovery boats, especially because when you want to plant them under the wheels, it has to lay flat or as parallel to the ground as you can keep them. And to keep a 800 recovery boat flat to the ground, you actually have to dig a lot and a lot deeper and a lot further. But with the minis, you don't really have to dig so much because the angle that you get or the inclination is really low given the size of it. And the biggest advantage, let's call it the bonus point or number four, is when a recovery boat gets, or let's say when a four-wheel drives on the recovery boats, especially trying to get out of in a block situation in sand, the recovery boats get dug deep into the sand, and once the vehicle is recovered, you'll have to actually dig the recovery boats out of the sand. And oh my god, with the bigger recovery boats, they get dug deep in, and with the amount of sand on it, it's so hard to get them out. But with the minis, it's a piece of cake. It's so easy. Believe me, I'm actually in love with them. And given the advantages and how much I really like them, I thought let's put them to the test and see what else can they do. Here we have my new mini recovery boats from Bunker Industries from Wick Off Road. They're half the sizes of the normal recovery boats. That's probably what I really like the most about them. A reference to the size: 32-inch muddies and the two mini recovery boats. They're fairly light but very solid and strong. I actually tried to break them, but yeah, they wouldn't break. They may not have the flexibility of max tracks because they don't really need to, given the size they are. Because they're half the size, they don't really need to bend as much as the traditional full length max tracks or the recovery boats. The studs are pretty solid. They can take a fair bit of beating. Definitely fun to